Loneliness, that heavy feeling in your chest when you're surrounded by people yet feel completely disconnected. Society tells us it's something to escape from, to fix, by desperately seeking connections. But what they don't tell you is that this very feeling, yes, your loneliness, can become your greatest source of inner power. I discovered something fascinating about loneliness that changed everything. The same energy that makes you feel isolated is actually raw potential, waiting to be transformed into magnetic self-confidence. Think about it. Every great leader, every person who radiates genuine confidence has mastered the art of being complete on their own. Today, I'm sharing the exact daily practice that turns that emptiness into unshakable self-trust. The kind of confidence that doesn't depend on likes, follows, or others' approval. This isn't about ignoring your need for connection. It's about something much more powerful. You know that voice inside that whispers, "You're not enough without others"? We're going to flip that script completely. I'll show you how your moments of solitude can become your biggest strength. The best part? Once you understand this shift, you'll notice how people naturally gravitate toward your energy. Inside every quiet moment alone lies a hidden opportunity most people completely miss. Loneliness and solitude might seem like identical twins, but they're actually opposite forces that shape our inner world. Mastering this difference starts with a powerful practice called mirror time. Not just looking at your reflection, but truly seeing yourself. Standing in front of a mirror each morning creates space for real connection with yourself. Start with 1 minute of eye contact, breathing slowly while observing every detail of your face. Those first moments might feel awkward or uncomfortable. That's normal and exactly where growth begins. Each time discomfort rises, it signals old patterns breaking down and new confidence taking root. Mirror time evolves beyond physical appearance. Speaking gentle words to yourself out loud rewires deep neural pathways. Simple phrases like "I trust you" or "We've got this" may sound strange initially, but they plant seeds of self-trust that grow stronger daily. This isn't about toxic positivity or forcing fake happiness. It's about building genuine rapport with yourself. People who master solitude develop an unmistakable presence that others notice instantly. Their confidence comes from knowing they're complete on their own, not from external validation. This inner wholeness naturally draws others toward them without effort or manipulation. Practicing mirror time consistently reveals subtle shifts in how you carry yourself. Your posture naturally improves, your voice finds its authentic tone, and your eyes hold steady contact with others effortlessly. These changes happen organically because you're no longer trying to fill an inner void with outside approval. Raw moments alone transform from emptiness into fuel for growth when you learn to sit with yourself compassionately. Each minute invested in mirror time builds layers of genuine self-trust that no external circumstances can shake. Magnetic confidence emerges naturally when you stop seeing solitude as something to escape and start recognizing it as your personal power source. Time alone becomes precious when you discover its true purpose. Not waiting for life to begin, but actively cultivating your relationship with yourself. This foundation of self-trust changes everything about how you move through the world and connect with others. Powerful change begins in those quiet moments when nobody else is listening. It starts with words you speak to yourself. Inside each mind runs a constant stream of self-talk, shaping reality more deeply than any outside influence. Breaking free from loneliness requires transforming this inner dialogue from critic to ally. Words carry energy that physically changes our brain chemistry and nervous system response. Every time negative self-talk plays its familiar tune, "I'm not good enough alone," or "something must be wrong with me," it reinforces neural pathways of isolation. But this same mechanism works in reverse, becoming medicine when we consciously redirect it. Starting right now, catch those automatic thoughts that make loneliness feel heavy. Notice how they often sound like voices from past experiences or other people's judgments. These aren't actually your authentic voice. They're learned patterns waiting to be rewritten. Speaking new truths to yourself might feel strange or fake initially. Old programming will resist change, trying to pull you back to familiar discomfort. This resistance proves you're pushing past comfort zones into real transformation. Each time you replace "I hate being alone" with "I choose to enjoy my own company," fresh neural pathways form. Mirror work amplifies this transformation exponentially. Looking into your own eyes while speaking, empowering truths, creates an unshakable foundation of self-trust. Simple statements like, "I deeply accept myself," or "I am whole and complete," gain power through repetition and eye contact. Critical self-talk often masquerades under protection or motivation. It promises to keep us safe or push us toward improvement, but actually feeds feelings of disconnection. Real growth happens when we learn to motivate ourselves with kindness instead of criticism. Speaking to yourself like someone you genuinely love creates sustainable, positive change. Different moments call for different kinds of self-talk. Sometimes you need gentle, nurturing words. Other times, firm, boundary-setting statements. Learning to match your inner dialogue to your current needs builds emotional intelligence and strengthens self-trust. Each supporting thought becomes another brick in your foundation of unshakable confidence. Magnetic self-confidence emerges naturally when your inner dialogue consistently affirms your inherent wholeness. Others sense this solid foundation without you saying a word. Genuine self-trust radiates from within, drawing people toward authentic connection rather than needy attachment. Morning rituals create power that ripples throughout entire days. While others rush straight to their phones seeking external validation, intentional solitude practices build lasting confidence from within. Each morning brings fresh opportunity to strengthen your relationship with yourself. Start with 5 minutes of complete silence immediately after waking. No phone, no distractions, just you breathing deeply and setting intentions for who you choose to be today. This small pocket of peace programs your nervous system for confidence rather than anxiety. Sacred morning moments expand naturally into fuller practices. Writing 3 things you appreciate about yourself, no matter how small, trains your brain to spot personal strengths rather than perceived flaws. Speaking these appreciations aloud while maintaining eye contact in mirrors doubles their impact on your subconscious mind. Evening rituals prove equally powerful for building genuine self-trust. Before sleep, place one hand on your heart and acknowledge 3 ways you showed up for yourself today. Maybe you honored a boundary, pursued a personal goal, or simply gave yourself grace during a challenging moment. Each recognition strengthens your foundation of self-reliance. Creating personal ceremonies around everyday activities infuses ordinary moments with deeper meaning. Turn your morning coffee or tea into meditation time. Make your shower or skincare routine an act of self-honor. Simple activities become powerful confidence builders when approached with conscious intention. Movement rituals particularly transform lonely energy into embodied confidence. Dancing alone in your room, stretching mindfully, or simply walking tall with purpose all shift stagnant emotional energy into powerful self-expression. Physical movement literally rewires neural pathways from isolation toward connection with yourself. Reading empowering passages aloud during solo time programs positive thought patterns more effectively than silent reading. Speaking wisdom in your own voice makes it personally meaningful rather than abstract concept. Choose words that resonate deeply and make them part of daily practice. Bedtime gratitude rituals close each day with powerful perspective shifts. Instead of reviewing perceived failures or loneliness, consciously focus on moments you felt strong in your solitude. Note small wins, kind self-talk used, or boundaries maintained. This practice ensures you drift to sleep, marinating in confidence rather than criticism. Consistency matters more than perfection with confidence rituals. Missing occasional mornings won't erase progress. Simply return to practice without self-judgment. Each renewed commitment builds deeper self-trust than perfect performance ever could. Making promises to ourselves seems deceptively simple until we realize how often we break them. Small commitments pile up, skipped workouts, postponed dreams, ignored intuition. Each broken self-promise chips away at inner trust, feeding loneliness from within. Building unshakable confidence requires healing this relationship with ourselves first. Start small, ridiculously small. Promise yourself 5 minutes of quiet time tomorrow morning, then keep that promise religiously. Next day, make another tiny commitment. Maybe drinking water first thing or stretching for 3 minutes. Size doesn't matter. Following through does. Each kept promise repairs trust with yourself. Personal boundaries become powerful teachers in building self-trust. Notice when something feels off in social situations or relationships. Instead of ignoring that feeling, honor it. Say no when you mean no. Leave when you need space. Each time you respect these inner signals, confidence grows naturally. Many people scatter their energy trying to earn everyone else's trust while neglecting their own. They show up perfectly for others, but constantly disappoint themselves. Breaking this pattern means treating commitments to yourself sacred, equal to or even more important than promises to others. Self-trust grows stronger during challenging moments. When anxiety rises or loneliness feels heavy, resist old habits of seeking external comfort. Stay present with difficult emotions instead of numbing or running from them. This builds emotional resilience and proves you can handle discomfort alone. Writing private promises in journals creates tangible accountability with yourself. Document small commitments and celebrate when you honor them. Note patterns around broken promises without judgment. They reveal areas needing extra tenderness or revised expectations. Adjust commitments until they feel achievable yet meaningful. Living aligned with personal values builds mountains of self-trust over time. Identity core values that matter deeply to you, perhaps honesty, creativity, or courage. Make daily choices supporting these values, especially when nobody else notices. Inner integrity matters more than external validation. Physical spaces reflect and reinforce self-trust levels. Clean spaces, organized surroundings, and beauty in private areas show respect for yourself. Taking care of living spaces demonstrates commitment to personal well-being. Small environmental upgrades ripple into increased confidence naturally. Following intuitive nudges, even tiny ones, strengthens inner guidance systems. If something feels right without logical explanation, explore that feeling. Honor random urges to take new routes home or try different activities. Each time you trust and follow inner wisdom, confidence in your judgment grows. Social interactions work like energy exchanges. Each conversation, meeting, or gathering either fills or drains our internal battery. Modern culture pushes constant connectivity, making us feel guilty for needing alone time. Yet managing social energy wisely proves essential for building magnetic confidence. Recognizing personal energy patterns changes everything. Some people recharge through quiet solitude, while others gain energy from selective social contact. Neither style is wrong. What matters is honoring natural rhythms without judgment. Forcing yourself into unwanted social situations depletes confidence faster than actual loneliness. Pay attention to subtle body signals during social interactions. Tension headaches, shallow breathing, or sudden fatigue often indicate energy drainage. These aren't character flaws, they're valuable feedback about personal limits. Learning to read these signals prevents social burnout and protects inner resources. Quality connections matter infinitely more than quantity. One deep conversation with someone who truly sees you provides more genuine energy than hours of surface-level chit-chat. Select social interactions mindfully, prioritizing people who leave you feeling energized rather than depleted. Creating recovery time between social events allows natural confidence to rebuild. Schedule buffer days after intense social periods. Use this time for rejuvenating solo activities, reading, creative projects, nature walks, or simply sitting quietly. These breaks aren't antisocial, they're essential self-care. Solo recharge practices prepare us for meaningful connection. When we fill our own energy tank first, we show up authentically in relationships rather than seeking validation. People naturally gravitate toward those who maintain healthy boundaries and strong sense of self. Digital interactions impact social energy just like in-person contact. Mindless scrolling often drains more energy than it provides. Choose online engagement consciously, focusing on meaningful exchanges rather than passive consumption. Set clear boundaries around social media use to protect internal resources. Listen carefully to inner resistance about social plans. Sometimes declining invitations actually strengthens relationships long term. Showing up half empty serves nobody well. True friends respect honest communication about energy limits and need for space. Balance doesn't mean perfect 50-50 split between social time and solitude. It means finding personal rhythm that maintains sustainable energy levels. Some weeks require more alone time. Others flow naturally toward connection. Flexibility, while honoring core needs, builds lasting confidence. Magnetic confidence emerges when we stop apologizing for energy needs. Owning preferences about social engagement demonstrates healthy self-awareness. People respect clear boundaries more than endless availability. Managing social energy wisely becomes foundation for authentic relationships. Quiet moments alone reveal truths that noise constantly drowns out. Solitude creates perfect conditions for rediscovering passions, interests, and dreams that might have gotten lost in life's busy shuffle. Without external opinions clouding judgment, authentic desires emerge naturally. Spending time alone with a journal opens doorways to deeper self-knowledge. Writing without filters or fear of judgment brings surprising insights about what truly matters. Questions like, what lights me up inside, or what would I do if nobody else's opinion mattered, spark powerful revelations. Music hits differently when listened to alone. Notice which songs resonate deeply, which lyrics speak directly to heart. These preferences reveal emotional patterns and unacknowledged feelings. Creating personal playlists becomes a journey of self-discovery rather than mere entertainment. Creative expression flows more freely in solitude. Whether painting, writing, dancing, or simply doodling, doing these activities alone removes performance pressure. Raw creativity emerges when nobody watches, teaching valuable lessons about authentic self-expression. Taking solo walks without headphones sharpens inner awareness. Notice which paths naturally draw attention, which places feel energizing or peaceful. These instinctive preferences offer clues about personal needs and desires that might go unnoticed in company. Cooking meals just for yourself reveals true tastes and preferences. Without adapting to others' needs, experiments with flavors and ingredients become adventures in self-discovery. Each meal preparation turns into meditation on self-care and personal pleasure. Reading choices made in private often differ from public recommendations. Pay attention to which books naturally call out, which topics spark genuine curiosity. Reading patterns reveal intellectual interests waiting to be explored more deeply. Trying new activities alone removes social pressure from learning process. Making mistakes becomes easier when nobody watches. Each solo attempt at something new builds confidence in ability to grow independently. Sitting quietly, observing thoughts without judgment reveals mental patterns normally hidden beneath social interactions. Notice which worries surface repeatedly, which dreams keep whispering. These patterns point toward areas needing attention or development. Room decoration choices made purely for personal pleasure speak volumes about aesthetic preferences. Colors, textures, and objects that feel naturally appealing guide toward authentic self-expression. Living spaces become reflections of inner world rather than social expectations. Magnetic confidence grows from knowing yourself deeply. Each discovered preference, each acknowledged desire adds another layer to foundation of self-trust. People naturally gravitate toward those who radiate clear sense of self, making solitary self-discovery practice invaluable for building genuine connections. Genuine confidence radiates like invisible energy, drawing people naturally without effort or manipulation. Something magical happens when someone stops chasing connections and starts cultivating inner strength. They become magnetic to others without trying. People instinctively sense when someone feels complete on their own. It shows in subtle ways: relaxed posture, steady eye contact, comfortable silence. This natural ease comes from knowing deep down that happiness doesn't depend on outside approval. Paradoxically, this self-sufficiency makes others want to connect more. Watch how children gravitate toward adults who radiate calm self-assurance. Kids possess innate wisdom about authentic energy. They can spot fake confidence instantly. Same principle applies with adults. We unconsciously seek out people who emanate genuine self-trust. Body language shifts automatically when inner confidence grows strong. Shoulders relax, breathing deepens, movements flow more gracefully. No conscious effort needed. These changes happen naturally when someone stops carrying tension of seeking approval. Voice tone reveals inner state clearly. People who've mastered solitude speak with quiet authority, neither pushing nor pulling others emotionally. Words flow naturally because they're not trying to prove anything or fill uncomfortable silences. Conversations change quality when coming from a place of wholeness rather than need. Questions arise from genuine curiosity instead of hidden agenda to be liked. Listening happens naturally because there's no urgent need to prove worth or grab attention. Social interactions feel easier because there's nothing to chase or prove. Plans happen organically without pressure. Relationships develop at natural pace because neither person feels desperate to force connections or avoid being alone. Boundaries become clearer and easier to maintain. Saying no feels natural when self-worth doesn't depend on pleasing others. People respect limits more when they sense they come from genuine self-knowledge rather than fear or defense. Dating transforms completely when approached from a strong foundation of self-trust. Potential partners sense difference between someone seeking completion versus someone already whole, sharing from overflow. Romance flows more naturally without pressure of trying to fill inner emptiness. Professional relationships improve too. Colleagues respond differently to someone radiating quiet confidence. Leadership opportunities arise naturally because others trust those who clearly trust themselves. This magnetic effect can't be faked. It emerges organically from genuine inner work. Each step taken toward self-trust, each moment spent building relationship with yourself, contributes to natural attractiveness that draws right connections at right time. Small actions repeated daily create massive confidence shifts over time. Focusing on tiny, manageable steps prevents overwhelm while building sustainable inner strength. Each minimal effort compounds into noticeable transformation when practiced consistently. Morning mirror work sets powerful tone for entire day. Speaking one kind truth while maintaining eye contact might feel awkward initially. Perfect. Discomfort signals old patterns breaking down, making space for new confidence to grow. Gradually increase duration as comfort builds. Writing 3 daily gratitudes about personal qualities shifts focus from perceived lacks to existing strengths. Simple observations like, I handled that situation calmly, or I stayed true to my word today, reinforce growing self-trust. Keep notes brief but specific. Physical posture influences mental state dramatically. Rolling shoulders back, lifting chin slightly, taking full breaths. These micro movements instantly shift energy from collapse to confidence. Practice good posture, especially when alone. It's about self-respect, not impressing others. Solo dining builds remarkable confidence when approached mindfully. Set table properly, even eating alone. Choose food thoughtfully, eat without distractions. Making meals special for yourself sends powerful message to subconscious about self-worth. Speaking opinions aloud while alone strengthens voice. Practice stating thoughts clearly without apologizing or over-explaining. Record voice notes expressing honest views about books, movies, or current events. Focus on developing clear, confident tone. Taking different walking routes builds adventure muscles. Minor path changes prove capability to handle unknown situations. Notice how small uncertainties become easier to navigate with practice. Confidence grows from accumulating proof of adaptability. Wearing clothes that feel good regardless of others' presence reinforces self-respect. Choose outfits for personal pleasure rather than external approval. Notice how dressing for self-satisfaction naturally improves posture and presence. Evening reflection rituals cement daily growth. Note one situation handled better than previous month. Celebrate small improvements rather than focusing on perceived failures. Progress happens gradually, then suddenly. Consistent acknowledgement speeds transformation. Creating personal space that feels nurturing builds environmental confidence. Keep private areas clean, organized, beautiful according to personal taste. Surrounding self with order and beauty silently reinforces deservingness of good things. Power routines work best when personalized completely. Experiment with different practices. Keep what resonates naturally. Mix physical, mental, emotional exercises based on individual needs. Perfect routine is one that gets done consistently because it feels right, not because someone else recommended it. Transforming loneliness into magnetic confidence happens moment by moment, choice by choice. Each time you honor solitude instead of running from it, each mirror practice completed, each promise kept to yourself, these small actions build unshakable inner strength. Starting today, treat alone time like precious gold rather than empty space to fill. Watch how people naturally gravitate toward your energy when you stop seeking their approval. Real confidence radiates from inside, drawing perfect connections at perfect times. Give yourself permission to move at your own pace. Growth happens in spirals rather than straight lines. Trust your journey. If this video resonated with you, hit that like button. Subscribe to join our community of people committed to genuine personal growth. Ring that notification bell to never miss our weekly insights on building authentic confidence. Share your experiences in the comments below. What daily practice will you start today? Remember, your journey might inspire someone else to begin theirs. Until next time, embrace your solitude. It's your hidden superpower.